road to the top, got a filled up engine.
Good afternoon, welcome to FA Cup Live for more fourth round action here this Sunday afternoon on LFS. A double-header of FA Cup action for you this afternoon, as we're first at Home Park, where Plymouth take on Liverpool. Liverpool won this competition back in 2022. They haven't played Plymouth in this competition since 2017. We'll see how they fare at 3 o'clock. And following that, an all-Premier League tie at Villa Park, as Aston Villa take on Tottenham. 5:35. Spurs dumped out of the Carabao Cup semi-finals by Liverpool on Thursday night. Villa, well, they would love a good run in a cup competition. They've already put out Premier League side West Ham in the third round. We'll see how they do against another Premier League opponent later on this evening. Also to come on the FA Cup before the fourth round is finished, Doncaster take on Crystal Palace on Monday night, and Nottingham Forest head to Exeter on Tuesday evening. So, we've already seen one FA Cup tie this afternoon. Blackburn beaten at home by Premier League side Wolves. There in that one, 2-0. Wolves won that game. João Gomez and Mateus Cunha with the 2 goals. So far it's been upset-free in the FA Cup, more or less, with a lot of the games and a lot of the Premier League sides booking their place into round 5. We can see if another one does the same here at Home Park as Plymouth take on Liverpool. Let's have a look at the two teams then, starting with the home side, who have a new manager. Miran Muslic come in not too long ago after Wayne Rooney was sacked. Starting in goal for them today is Connor Hazard. A back 3/back 5 of Matthew Sorinola, Maxim Toloverov, Nikola Katic, Joel Pelleguizilo, and Timish Puchak in defence. In midfield, the captain, Adam Randall, and alongside him, Darko Gyabi. With the front 3 of Mustafa Bundu, Wright, Callum Wright, and Ryan Hardy. Callum Wright, by the way, is a Liverpool fan and was member of the Everton and Port Vale academies up there in the northeast. Northwest, I mean. For Liverpool today, Caoimhín Kelleher starts in goal. Joe Gomez returns from injury. He captains Liverpool this afternoon. Jarell Quansah and Wataru Endo, the birthday boy, are at centre-back for Liverpool, with Kostas Tsimikas at left-back. In midfield, a fairly young midfield, although Harvey Elliott became Liverpool's youngest ever player to make an appearance in the FA Cup. He's now 21, 5 years on from his debut in this competition. He's joined alongside youngsters in James McConnell and Trey Newny in midfield. With the front 3 much more experienced for Liverpool, Luis Diaz off the left, Federico Chiesa off the right, and Diogo Jota leading the line for Liverpool. On the bench for the home side, Plymouth, Grimshaw, Palsson, Beidou, Al-Hajj, Boateng, Mumba, Houghton, Tijani and Obafemi. For Liverpool, Yaros, Mabaya, Nalo, Norris, Jones, Nunez, Young, Cone Doherty and Ungamoa. It is set to be an exciting day here in the southwest of England as Plymouth Argyle take on Liverpool Football Club. Championship against Premier League. Liverpool already in one cup final. Can they get further in this competition and one step closer to another cup final? Kick-off between Plymouth and Liverpool at Home Park is on the way next. A very good afternoon. Welcome in to Home Park for this one this afternoon here between Plymouth and Liverpool. Our first of 2 FA Cup ties of the afternoon. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. That would be greatly appreciated. And we look forward to bringing you this one this afternoon. We were meant to bring you Leyton Orient Man City yesterday, but there was a few technical problems. So we've switched our schedule and we're bringing you an All Premier League tie a little later on this afternoon. So looking forward to that one as we get ready for this one here this afternoon. It is Miran Muslic's side against Arne Slot's side. One side bottom of the Championship, the other top of the Premier League. At very different ends of their respective divisions, but honours even in the FA Cup, as is always the case in this competition. No matter who you are or where you are in the country, you can face anyone and everyone. And Miran Muslic said this was the best team in the world at the moment. So what more motivation does his side need today than playing one of the best teams in the world? We'll see how they fare this afternoon, Plymouth, against a Liverpool side who, at the moment, are in cruise control, are loving the form that they're on. They've actually lost just one of their last eight games in all competitions, Liverpool, and that was a dead rubber in the Champions League when they'd already booked their place in the knockouts. As here come Plymouth, a little bit of a breakthrough. Here's Hardy with the first shot. Well charged down by Gomez, still delivered wide though. That's a good challenge by Chiesa, getting back and battling down that side with Puchach. A bit of a tussle there between McConnell and the defender. Pleguezuelo has put it out for a corner. It was a good flick on header. I think it was Giabi that flicked it on. It was well taken by Hardy into the box, and a good block by Joe Gomez. It will be a throw in to Plymouth on this left hand side. Positive start for the home side this afternoon. Pleguezuelo, a long throw into the box. Way by Kwanzaa. Tsimikas with the second header, and Endo trying to get it clear. Tsimikas does flick it away. One for Jota to chase. Diogo Jota will just see that one out for a Liverpool throw down the left hand side. Simov Tolivierov. Well, Plymouth, considering where they are in the Championship, rock bottom, they've actually had an uptick in form since Muslic came into the club. Actually got their first win since November last time out when they beat West Bromwich Albion by 2-1 here at Home Park. Both goals scored by Ryan Hardy late in that game. Rescued them from 1-0 down when Jason Malumbi put West Brom in front. But 3 points, a rarity for Plymouth. Only the 5th win of the season in the league. That was against West Brom. Kwanzaa. Gomez finding Tsimikas. The ball right the way through from Kostas Tsimikas, and will be just guided back to the keeper Connor Hazard for Plymouth. Of course, the change in manager means a change in style, a change in kind of tactics, as expected, for the home side. Wayne Rooney wanted them to play much more attacking, possession-based football. Muslic wants them to be a bit more direct. Jota's bobbled ball finds its way to Diaz. Liverpool with the first chance for this afternoon. Cuts it back to Nioni, who will shoot. Well blocked by 3 Plymouth players there. And Puchach couldn't keep that one in play as he tried to break down the left flank. It will be a Liverpool throw. And Trey Nioni, impressed in pre-season for Liverpool. Trey Nioni, the 17-year-old Englishman. Started one of 2 appearances in the Carabao Cup this season, Brighton and Southampton. Of course, making his first FA Cup start this afternoon of this season. Elliott out to the left side, Tsimikas. Back to Harvey Elliott, driving towards the box. Pass charged down. Well, one back there by Endo, but given away again. That's a nice ball down the right hand side here. One for Hardy to chase and tries to get it across to right, but Caoimhín Kelleher was quick to it. Really good counter-attacking play again by Plymouth, getting the break of the ball. And Giabi with a nice ball down the right hand side. Ryan Hardy made a good run, and then he just tries to roll it across the 18-yard box, right across the penalty spot, to try and find Callum Wright on the far side. The Liverpool keeper, Caoimhín Kelleher, had it covered. A bit of question marks over what way Liverpool would set up this afternoon, with of course an unconventional back 4 at this moment in time. From what I can gather, it was hinting that Joe Gomez might play right back. He's definitely not playing right back. He's at centre back alongside Jarrell Kwanzaa. And it looks like there's no real out-and-out right back for Liverpool at the moment. No Connor Bradley today, he's being rested, and Trent Alexander-Arnold still not back into full team training, so Liverpool's 2 main right backs not involved this afternoon. It doesn't look like there's an out-and-out right back for Liverpool at the moment. Looks like Harvey Elliott's playing more of a wing-back role on that right-hand side, further forward than what a right back would be. So that looks to be the case at the moment, although James McConnell's also kind of drifting in and around that area for Liverpool. See this moment again, yeah. Federico Chiesa actually might have been just onside. Actually, offside given against the Italian, and Plymouth get a early free kick. Header one there by Pluguzuelo. Couldn't find it through to Gyabi there. Well stopped again by Liverpool. Quansah not given the time and space to clear the ball. Did come off Callum Wright though on the way through. Joe Gomez doesn't look in a great way. I mean, he's okay, but maybe he's just not fully recovered from his injury problems. Joe Gomez looked to the sky there, and we played 6.5 minutes. Maybe he's just getting to the level, getting used to the intensity that Plymouth are trying to give Liverpool at this early moment. Quansah across to Tsimikas. Back across to Jarrell Quansah. Plymouth try and put a squeeze on. Quansah breaks through the lines. Taken down there was the Liverpool centre-back. That will be a free kick to the visitors. Referee this afternoon, by the way, is Sam Barrett. Of course, no VAR. There is goal line technology here in a Championship stadium, but no VAR until the 5th round of the FA Cup this season. So the referee's decision will be the final call on the field, which Liverpool players will not be used to, as Nioni had to come through the man there to win the ball. Another free kick. It was the right wing back there, Matthew Sorinola, that was fouled. And there's no doubt Liverpool will be coming into this one knowing not to be complacent, and knowing, oh well, Joe Gomez has gone down. That's not a real issue for Liverpool. Only just back, as I said, Joe Gomez. I said 2 moments ago he was struggling, and I don't think he's going to be able to continue here, Joe Gomez, which is getting a Liverpool youngster, is getting himself ready on the sidelines there. Well, a bit of confusion as to who's coming on there. Liverpool trying to get their ducks in a row. Joe Gomez sorting, getting checked up by the physios. Of course, has the captain's armband today, Joe Gomez. He's just explaining to the physios what the issue is. We'll see what this is going to be, because of course Liverpool's short of senior players today. Didn't bring Ibrahima Konate or Virgil van Dijk along with the squad today, and of course with a shortage of right backs as well for Liverpool. Joe Gomez still on the ground, which has us stopped here for the moment in this 4th round tie, the FA Cup here at Home Park. So far, Plymouth 0, Liverpool 0. Only 9.5 minutes played. We've been stopped for the last minute and a half or so. And it looks like Liverpool will be making a change here in a moment. So an early change, not wanted, of course, but must be needed and will be needed. So Joe Gomez is coming off, and Diogo Jota will take the armband for Liverpool. And that's a disappointing one for Joe Gomez, who has been troubled with a lot of injuries at Liverpool. Another disappointing end to the afternoon for him. But as I said, it gets opportunities for others, and Isaac Mabaya, who is coming on for Liverpool, the 20-year-old from Zimbabwe. He's played in the Premier League 2 this season for Liverpool. This will be his first senior start, or his first senior appearance, apologies, as Tsimikas defending out on that side against Giabi, and Plymouth win a corner early doors. Liverpool will be just a bit rattled, a bit unsettled after that substitution, and haven't really had time to settle into the game so far. It's been a decent start from Plymouth. They have the first corner of the match. Left-footed delivery, right across, punched away by Kelleher, and the shot bouncing around as Liverpool want to counter. They're not going to get that chance to counter. That was a very good clearance there. Out for the throw. It's good delivery in. There's a man on Kelleher. I think it was Pleguezuelo who was on Kelleher, and he punched it away, and as it falls out to Giabi again. Good block by Harvey Elliott, who got in the way of it. And then it was cleared out for a Liverpool throw. Plymouth didn't want to risk a counter-attack. That's where Liverpool got their first goal in round 3 against Accrington Stanley. They won 4-0 in that game, Liverpool. 1-0 up after a good first half, but a real first goal in that game came from a counter-attack. Can be incredibly threatening on the counter, Liverpool. Hazard goes long with the ball. Tsimikas heads it forward for Diaz, who takes it down. Diaz just looking to get Liverpool settled with possession, as Wataru Endo has just dropped in at centre-back along with Jarell Quansah in Joe Gomez's place, and then Mabaya has just gone out to the right-hand side at right-back, so an auxiliary back four, traditional back four for Liverpool. After that interesting tactical start, it's Trey Nyoni on the ball. Will win a free kick there as he was pulled up by Giabi. Quansah. McConnell. Tsimikas down the left-hand side for Diaz, trying to tiptoe along the line. Overlap from Tsimikas. Gets a cross in, but far too much pace on that one from the Greek. And it goes well behind for a goal kick to Plymouth. Well, Liverpool will want to dominate the game, control the possession, and really kind of settle their way into the match. Try and take a couple of opportunities. One thing for Plymouth, their main task is one, to be hard to play against, but a second, try and disrupt Liverpool as often as they possibly can. Stop them from getting into rhythm and into their momentum. And that's where they can find joy this afternoon, as Hazard goes long again from that goal kick. Up in the air was McConnell. Brought down by Chiesa and Nyoni. And Nyoni's ball over the top. One for Jota to chase, but that's well defended there by Katic. And Liverpool have it back with Nyoni. Tsimikas out wide to Diaz. Back to Trey Nyoni. They go with Elliott. Good movement from Liverpool, but Elliott's ball couldn't find any of his teammates in that left flank. Goes out for a Plymouth throw-in on the far side. There's another injury here, another issue. It's Katic that's gone down. And the Plymouth centre-back. So there's another problem here at the moment. Of course, Nikola Katic is on loan from Zurich, FC Zurich, in Switzerland until the end of the season. Had a spell at Rangers as well for a number of years, Katic. And the Bosnian. Just getting treatment at the moment. Actually made his first start against West Brom in that 2-1 win a couple of days ago, a week ago, here at home park. It was actually his first appearance in 2025, because FC Zurich, he hadn't made an appearance since a 2-0 defeat for Zurich against St. Gallen back in mid-December. So a month and a half without game time for Katic, but it is something around his mouth, an issue, a bit of bleeding around his gums or something, his mouth. So a stoppage here just to check that up. A reminder for you that we've got another FA Cup tie to come a bit later on this afternoon. Aston Villa taking on Tottenham in an all-Premier League tie. That's tonight, 5:35 kick-off. A strange kick-off time, but a 5:35 kick-off from Villa Park. Join us for that one from 10 minutes before kick-off here in LFS. Of course, later on this evening, that will be our last tie of the round. We will recap the round and also have the draw for you on Monday night. That will be Monday nights, but Aston Villa Spurs will be our last tie of the round, so we will recap what round 4 has done and what we can look forward to going into round 5, which takes place at the end of this month, the weekend of the 28th of February to the 1st and 2nd of March will be the round 5 games. Uni caught on the ball in midfield and trying to find Callum right there was Gyabi. The ball just evaded the Scouser, and will be a Liverpool throw. PJ says, come on the underdogs. Well, it's not been an underdog story of a weekend in a sense. I mean, there were some close calls yesterday with the likes of, obviously, Man City having to come back from 1-0 down against Leyton Orient. Newcastle were under threat from Birmingham a couple of times last night. Wigan tested themselves against Fulham, League One against Premier League there. So there was a couple of close ones, but nothing upset-wise. I think the biggest, the closest upset, you'd probably say Leeds Millwall, but they're both Championship sides, and then Brighton Chelsea maybe in terms of their places in the Premier League, but nothing of real major upsets to this point, as Trey Noni gets himself a yellow card for a foul around about the middle of the pitch. Heavy touch, stretching for the ball, and just catches the midfielder there of Plymouth in Adam Randall. So he gets himself a booking. Does Nuni. Certainly beyond his years, Trey Nuni, playing senior football at just 17 years old. Quite a revelation at Liverpool, and you know, there's no questioning about the incredible youngsters at Liverpool and their academy, producing such great quality players to play top level football. One of the best academies in world football. What would have been known as Kirby back in the day. Elliott, Diaz brings it down, plays it back to Simicast. It's all about control today for Liverpool. If Plymouth do upset them, if Plymouth do kind of disrupt them, it will cause them problems. Now, of course, Liverpool's still a major threat on the counter-attack, and they don't need to have big, long spells of possession to really dominate. But what we know from this Liverpool team is when they are in control, they're a lot calmer, a lot more settled. When teams kind of come up against them and throw themselves at them and get a bit of joy, that's where Liverpool can probably come a bit unstuck. So far as Kelleher there pressed well in the box, but he gets it clear of danger and too far for Luis Diaz to get on the end of. That'll be a Plymouth throw-in on the far right hand side about the halfway line. That gets a round of applause from Miran Muslic, the Plymouth head coach, for side's good pressing there. And Plymouth's possession didn't last very long, but Liverpool going long on that one. Give it straight back to Plymouth as Katic gives it back to his keeper. Katic back on the field and is okay to continue. As Connor Hazard goes long. Mabaya won the header, but it's going to be a free kick for Liverpool for a player in an offside position. There's a lot of senior Liverpool players not involved today, as you would expect after that real, not tough night, but a very emotional and kind of anticipated night on Thursday night after beating Spurs 4-0 at Anfield. Quite an incredible damning of Spurs on Thursday night. They were close in the game for the first half, but in the second half Liverpool just took it to another gear and Spurs just weren't able to keep up with them. And Liverpool made them look like chump change, really. It could have been even more than what it was. Liverpool hit the woodwork a couple of times and had a couple of close efforts that didn't find the back of the net, but 4 that did, and that was more than enough to beat Tottenham in the semi-final and put their place in a Wembley final for the first time under Arne Slot. But not unbeknownst to this Liverpool squad, Diaz breaks forward, gets into a good area trying to keep it in play, but the last touch comes off the Colombian, and it will be a goal kick to Plymouth, which Luis Diaz isn't particularly agreeing with. He does get a nip on the ball. He takes it round Toloviarov, but as the ball gets to the byline, they both get back to their feet, and Toloviarov just sees it out, doesn't touch the ball, and does well to see that one out, and celebrates, ushering that ball out for a goal kick. And of course, that's what they also need to take pride in today, Plymouth, in defending really well. And there was talk before the game. Callum Wright was doing an interview before the game and said how, Muslic has got them playing as a team, playing as one, being hard to beat. And I think taking celebration in that, because sometimes it's kind of, we get too caught up. Obviously, football is all about scoring goals, but good defending has to be appreciated as well. And especially when you're in a relegation fight, that's the most key, is to defend really well and be hard to play against. And I think Plymouth celebrating defending against a good side will be massive for them. It's Quansah dealing with that cross from the left side from Wright. I think in spells Plymouth have actually looked really played really nice football in these early moments. This first half so far, they've actually got the ball wide and tried to find it into the box. So far, Liverpool being held at held a little bit by Plymouth. Not able to get settled so far. It's back with Billigasuelo. Back to Hazard. Long ball there by Connor Hazard. Header won by Quansah, brought down by Jota. Skipping away from challenges there, but a good challenge made by Billigasuelo. Goes back to Mabaya. Quansah. And now Quiveen Kelleher. Plymouth are just a bit more compact. They are controlled. Very disciplined at this minute in time. Trying to be a hard nut to crack against this Liverpool side. Here's James McConnell. Out wide on the right is Chiesa, but misplaced pass. He'll get it back though, Chiesa. Of course, not had many minutes to really grind out Federico Chiesa. Played a full match against PSV Eindhoven. It's actually the only game that he's played to a finish this season for Liverpool. Federico Chiesa's had minutes here and there. Arne Slot said his fitness hasn't been up to it when he joined, due to not having a pre-season through injury, and coming to Liverpool, getting his fitness up was the key task for the Liverpool manager. Now Chiesa starting to see more minutes and starting to see more appearances down that right wing, but with the eternal Mo Salah, probably one of the best players in the world at the moment, even if you are up to your level, you will still struggle to find a place in this Liverpool side at the moment. As Sam Barrett gives a free kick there. Another one going against Liverpool. Matthew Sorinola winning that foul off Diaz this time. Another free kick, which Arne Slot is not particularly happy with being given against his side. Looked a bit soft, to be fair, but it's the referee's decision. Diaz nips in again. McConnell's header couldn't be brought down by Trey Noni, and a flick by Kiabi there. As Sorinola blocked off by Simicas, and Simicas will win Liverpool the throw. On throw in. Diaz tried to flick it on, but header brought down by Tolovierov. Now Randall, out wide to Sorinola. Sorinola's cross. Away by Endo. Flicked clear by McConnell. Tried to keep it in there, Sorinola. Just going out for another throw. And very stop-start early in this one. Now the side really able to settle on the ball. Liverpool trying to catch Plymouth out with those long throws, and they actually get the switch ball on here to Chiesa, space down the right side. Chiesa trying to squeeze it through, gets the break of the ball, lays it off to Elliott now. Back to Mabaya, now McConnell. Liverpool just cycling the ball out to the left side now with Simicas. Into midfield for McConnell, through to Nuni. Kwanzaa goes down the right side to Chiesa. Mabaya on the overlap, but Chiesa comes back in field. Elliott. McConnell. Bodies in and around the box for Liverpool. The first real time we've seen them sustain possession in Plymouth's half. There's 5-4-1 of Plymouth out of possession. Here's Elliott. And a squeeze it through. Couldn't find Simicas. Well blocked off there. Down that side by Sorinola and Tolovierov. But Liverpool will come back with the ball again. A little bit more control in possession there for Liverpool. It's taken them about 25 minutes, but they've started to maybe not settle in the game. That's a bit rude, but I would say start to take a little bit more control of the ball higher up the field. Here's Simicas. Into McConnell. Through the lines to Nuni. Back wide to Simicas again. Lots of passes at the moment for Liverpool just to get settled on the ball, especially for those younger players. Jota trying to go for the 1-2 with Kwanzaa. He made a run through there, Jarell Kwanzaa, but a good block out there by Pliguezuelo. Will be a Liverpool throw on the right hand side. Plymouth's ambition, of course, for this season is obviously trying to stay in the Championship, as it was last season when they stayed up on the very last day with an incredible victory here at home. But that's the same task they've got this season to the home side. And, you know, a lot of people make an argument, and you can make an argument both ways, you know, as to whether this game is important or not for Plymouth. You know, on one hand, you could say it's not important. You know, they've got more other things. They've got the league to focus on and trying to get into good form in the league, and some big games coming up for Plymouth in terms of the Championship. But on the other side, you can also say, well, it is important for them. They're playing a big side. They want to give themselves a good performance. You know, talk about like the likes of Birmingham yesterday away at home to Newcastle. A good performance breeds confidence, breeds kind of excitement in the team, and it gives them that belief in the way that they play. Now, of course, it will be probably upset of the decade if Plymouth were to beat Liverpool here in 90 minutes. But if you were to kind of say that it's not important for them, maybe you're discounting the fact that this could be a distraction for them from the toughness in the league and constantly having to win games, where they have a little bit more freedom today to kind of express themselves a little bit more in the FA Cup. And of course, their league form and the league is obviously the key importance for them. But there's no reason why this game has to be kind of unimportant or a dead rubber for them. You know, it's probably one of their biggest games in a long while for Plymouth in terms of the level of opponent that they're facing. And no discredit to them or who they would play in the Championship, but Liverpool maybe on a different planet than that, in a sense, and probably a number of Premier League sides would be on that level of kind of different planet, as that's a good work by Bundu. He tries to squeeze it through, just held on to by Quanta, and the shot from right, well blocked by Mabaya. A slight bit of joy just behind that Liverpool midfield, and there's a little gap there where a couple of times their centre forward, Mustafa Bundu, just kind of nicked the ball away a few times in and around in an aerial battle just behind that Liverpool midfield, and he's kind of playing it on to the wide players and the likes of Hardy and Wright, and getting a slight bit of joy for Plymouth on occasion. That's where Liverpool look slightly vulnerable at this moment in time. Maybe vulnerable's a bit harsh, but slightly vulnerable in that sense, where Plymouth are starting, maybe getting a little bit more joy at this stage. Aerially, here's another aerial battle, well won by Callum Wright, but Bundu couldn't get past Endo. Folds down to Wright again on this left-hand side, up against Chiesa. Federico Chiesa doing well to tussle there, and winning Liverpool a throw-in down the right side. That's another thing for Liverpool today, and I think Arne Slot said it, don't discredit the opponent's kind of quality, and that's to be wary of. The fact that the opponent does have quality and their playing style will cause us problems, but it's about us dealing with that, and I think it's a really kind of interesting way, an intriguing way of actually explaining that, because we could talk about dangers and all that. As here's a chance, cross into the box, Endo with a clearance, and McConnell chips it forward for Chiesa, he brings it down well. Doesn't get past Plig as well out the first time, doesn't get past him at all there. Good block. As Puach with a cross, Endo again with the threat, and Simicast to clear it away. Wouldn't say Liverpool are struggling, but certainly at this moment Plymouth are offering options and offering a bit of confidence. Liverpool really cannot sustain the ball in the final third at the moment, and that's credit to Plymouth in how good they've looked on the ball and out of possession, how strong they've looked as well. As Hazard thumps it long out into that right flank. Endo the target. Bundu wins it down and into the box. Simicast battling, goes down, and a good tussle. Bundu wanted a penalty. Simicast just about doing enough according to the referee. And now Liverpool on the switch. Diaz down the left hand side. He's got Jota and Chiesa driving in. Diaz trying to trick his way into the box. Dribble it to the edge. Nuni was edging up for a shot there, doesn't take it. Elliott will. Well blocked. Incredible pace from Liverpool on the counter, but incredible recovery from those Plymouth defenders. And all of the Plymouth players really getting back into shape and not giving Liverpool too many spaces on the counter, after they had come very close themselves. It's those aerial balls that are really threatening Liverpool at the moment. Here's Diaz up against Sorinola. Diaz just squares it back across to Quansah. Out into the right hand side for Chiesa. Waiting for the overlap. Chiesa has three around him. Elliott will just recycle it back to Mabaya, who will cross it in over the head of all in there, and Katic clears away, and now Hardy thumps it long, but no one in green anywhere near. Mustafa Bundu again, long ball by Hazard. Bundu the target, flicks it over the head of Wataru Endo in defence there for Liverpool, and Simicast just tussling and battling and grappling at the ball, or at the man trying to get the ball, and Quansah just steps in just in time to kind of see it to Queeving Killer. But that's a warning sign from Liverpool that Plymouth are a massive threat when they do get the ball in and around the box. And they probably have the better chances so far, Plymouth, getting forward. Liverpool have, I wouldn't say struggled, but I would say they haven't really shown their true potential in these early moments, and in this first half, shall I say, because almost 35 minutes gone and Plymouth are keeping Liverpool at bay at the moment. And actually not just keeping Liverpool at bay, but actually creating a good few chances themselves. In attack, here's Quansah. Down the left side for Tsimikas. Now Diaz plays it into Trey Nyoni, trying to go with the 1-2. Nyoni gets the ball back though from Tolovierov's clearance, but he couldn't keep it with Sorinola getting in the way. One back by McConnell in the middle. Squeeze it through to Jota. Elliott. Down the left is Nyoni. Trying to find it through. Well blocked, although McConnell gets a break of the ball and will shoot. Deflected. Hazard there, making a good save. And it's cleared away. Out for a throw. That was really good kind of attention by James McConnell. Good reaction. Spotted the ball, just bobbled into the middle. Had the shot. Took a deflection off Giabi's inside of his right leg there from Giabi. And Connor Hazard down to his left, making a good save with that little deflection. That was a little better from Liverpool. Counter press working. Diaz, Tsimikas at the byline, cuts it back. Good header in the middle there by Plugasuelo. Although Liverpool starting to get a bit more pressure on the Plymouth defence. I think the target now for Plymouth is trying to hold out until half time and stop Liverpool from finding the lead. And a ball like that from Jarell Quansah will certainly help Plymouth in doing that as it comes all the way back to Connor Hazard. Long ball forward. Headed down by Quansah. Tsimikas linking up with Diaz. Jota jumped over the ball. And McConnell had to slide in to try and keep possession. As Tolovierov thumps away from danger. Back to Jarell Quansah. In Liverpool's half. 8 minutes of the first half remaining. Plymouth 0, Liverpool 0. In the Emirates FA Cup 4th round here at Home Park. The Championship side. Very stubborn defensively. Looking a decent threat in attack as well. Good combination for the home side so far. Here's Diaz though, down the left hand side. Cuts it back to Jota, trying to dribble it over his man. Gets the break of the ball. Jota into the box. Couldn't find the pass, but will get the corner. Yeah, it was good play. It was Diaz and Jota tried to take it past his man in Tolovierov, who did get the block the first time, and the ball bobbled past off the shoulder of Tolovierov. Good touch by Jota, takes it away from his man, and as he gets to the byline, trying to cut it across, it's a good block in there by Katic, and then it ends up going behind for the Liverpool corner. Their first corner of the game. Liverpool taken short by Tsimikas. Diaz back to Tsimikas, and squeeze it across goal, but header convincingly behind by Nikola Katic. It will be another Liverpool corner. Same technique. Tsimikas to Diaz. Diaz this time not returning the ball. He will square it across to Harvey Elliott, who will ready a shot. Well blocked by Tolovierov, who'd come a long distance there. And I think there was a bit of an offside in the mix there, so Plymouth will get the free kick. Really organised defensively so far, Plymouth. Kind of just crowding Liverpool out when they do get to the final third. And at the moment, Liverpool need a little bit of extra energy in the final third, a little bit of extra quality in the final third to try and find the pace through the lines and get past that, what seems to be a very rigid and stubborn Plymouth defence at the moment. And the free kick for Plymouth actually came from Jota, having a little bit of a tussle with Plugasuelo. Well, there's a man who knows this competition very well and knows one of these two clubs very well, and Sir Kenny Dalglish, Liverpool legend, in attendance here at Home Park. One of their best ever players and a top manager at the football club. Actually, before Jurgen Klopp. So Kenny Dalglish, his player-manager, was the last manager to give Liverpool a league title back in 1990. Before they won it, of course, in 2020 with Jurgen Klopp. Mabaya there, showing a bit too much to Pleguezuelo, who absolutely hoofed that one into the stands. Taking no risks. Chiesa. Not able to keep the ball, but it will be another Liverpool throw on this right-hand side. Again, the desire and the fight and the passion from Plymouth so far. The number of crosses, the number of blocks that they've put in against Liverpool defensively today, up to this point, has been really impressive. He's right, holding up the ball well against Mabaya. Jota's on the press. Pleguezuelo gets rid. Nice ball down to Pujac though, who has to be seen out there by Jarell Quansah. Again, they're competing well at the minute, Plymouth. If I do say so myself, they're actually defending and playing better than Tottenham did against Liverpool 3 days ago, which is another kind of indictment of Ange Postecoglou's side at the moment. As Pleguezuelo will look for this long throw into the box. Bouncing down, and Gyabi's shot was always going high and wide. That wasn't a bad effort. Long throw into the box by Pleguezuelo. It bounces off the legs of Mabaya. Falls down for Darko Gyabi. And he just kind of rifles through it. Couldn't get the connection on it. And it was always going high and wide. But decent chance. Again, aerially, that's where Liverpool are looking a bit vulnerable against Plymouth. They're winning those aerial duels at the moment, the home side. And that's where Liverpool are struggling to keep control of the game. In an aerial tussle as Mabaya there gets a bit loose from Jarell Quansah's pass. However, there's going to be a yellow card coming out here. I think that might be Mabaya for... Is it kicking the ball away? He does kick the ball away. It is a foul. Or it is definitely a foul. Because he ends up kicking the ball away unnecessarily. And that gets him a yellow card. So the man who come on the off the bench for Joe Gomez, after about 8 minutes, has got himself a booking in this first half. The Liverpool right back. Into the box it goes, away by Quansah. And the flag was going to go up anyway for offside against Plymouth. Yeah, always offside there. Mustafa Bundu. Minute and a half of the first 45 to go. Plymouth 0, Liverpool 0. Full credit to the home side, who not only kept Liverpool at arm's length, but also, as I said, given them a few scares at the back as well. Not been plain sailing for the Premier League leaders. Up until this point anyway. Endo goes for the long one towards Jota. He couldn't win the aerial battle there. Diogo Jota. The ball still in the air, brought down by Nyoni. And Endo gets it back to his keeper. It's just good pressure from Plymouth. You know, we talk about how simple doing the basics, how important doing the basics of football is, and how simple it can be. If you don't do the basics right, you can be caught out, you can be easily played against. But when you do the basics really, really well, you can become a really difficult side to play against. And when you get good pressure on the ball, when you don't give the opponent time and space to spray their passes, especially with the quality that Liverpool have, and when you do get blocks on crosses and kind of charge things down and do get bodies in areas, get numbers back, all those little basics of football defensively out of possession can just elevate your game defensively to another level where you are competing and holding a good Premier League side, albeit a lot of changes. But centre forward wise, that front three of Liverpool is not kind of championship level, it's top quality level. Although this is a good move through the lines. Chiesa, too much pace on it. Couldn't find it and didn't keep it in. There, Federico Chiesa from Trainioni. It's a nice idea, nice ball, but there's far too much pace on it. Yeah, it's really nicely threaded through, but the pace just gathers and gathers on the ball as it sprays across the field, and Chiesa just not ready enough to keep it in play. 3 minutes of additional time at the end of the first half then here at Home Park. A long ball by Hazard. Liverpool getting slightly better at winning those second balls. Taking it down in possession now. I think Plymouth, as I said, their target is just to get the half-time at 0-0. That's their first big win of the day, in a sense, holding Liverpool and creating one or two good chances themselves. I'm sure Miran Muslic will be fairly happy and fairly pleased with how his side have played so far in this first half. Long ball over the top. Diaz stopped in his tracks there by Sorinola. That was well delivered by Elliott, wide to Tsimikas, but again not much room to try and exploit. Mabaya. Back to Kwanzaa. Just neat and tidy from Liverpool at the minute. Maybe they would just not settle for 0-0 at half-time, but I'm sure Liverpool would say it's not the worst thing in the world, considering they've had the disruption of Joe Gomez having to go off, and Plymouth have played well in this first half. They will have belief, Liverpool, that they can come out in the second half and be a bit better and a bit more threatening. So 0-0 isn't the worst scoreline in the world. It's square one, really, for Liverpool, and it's not really a step backwards for the visitors, so they won't panic at this stage, but certainly will need to be better in the second half if they're going to win this game. Mabaya linking up with Elliott. Elliott hacked that there a little bit by Callum Wright. That was good intensity. Elliott did deliver it wide to Endo, and now out to the left side comes Diaz. Chops back on his man, but again tracked all the way by two others in green and white. Not much space at all for Liverpool to try and exploit, as there is the end of the first half. 3 minutes up, and the first half comes to an end, and a first half where, once again, you would have to say it's the home side that are doing well. It's the home side that are the better of the two teams at the minute, which is, at the moment, unlike Liverpool, they haven't had their own way in that first half. Plymouth have done really well to combat them, not only defensively, but have a couple of chances themselves, but nothing to show for in terms of scoreline yet, because it is Plymouth 0, Liverpool 0 in this FA Cup tie. We'll be back for analysis very shortly. Do stay with us.
They call me a god. 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 Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine.
Welcome back to LFS for the FA Cup Live 4th round action. And the first of our double header this afternoon between Plymouth and Liverpool at Home Park. It is 0-0 between the sides at the break. Plymouth defensively very solid and in attack looking a threat at times against Liverpool, who have struggled to really create some clear-cut chances in that first half. It's been very a good display from Marian Muslich's side, in that first half. The Championship team holding the Premier League leaders to a goalless draw at the moment. Earlier this afternoon, Blackburn of the Championship were knocked out of the competition to Premier League Wolves. Wolves battling at the bottom of the Premier League. They will look to take a bit of confidence from that win against Blackburn Rovers to take into their next Premier League game. They beat Blackburn by 2-0 on that one earlier this afternoon. João Gomez and Mateus Cunha with the 2 goals for Vitor Pereira's side, knocking out John Eustace's Blackburn Rovers. And that was the result earlier this afternoon. Plymouth, of course, 0-0 with Liverpool. Still to come, Aston Villa take on Tottenham in our 5:35 game here on LFS. We're looking forward to that one a bit later on. The All Premier League tie at Villa Park. Monday night sees Doncaster take on Crystal Palace, and another Premier League side heading to lower league opposition. Nottingham Forest heading to Exeter is the final game around 4 on Tuesday evening. So that's how the round 4th round concludes over this weekend. But we've had a lot of action already over the weekend. We'll talk about the 11 ties that we've already seen, 12 ties, including that one earlier this afternoon, that we've seen come to a conclusion in our later game between Aston Villa and Spurs. And we'll recap the round. We'll look ahead to what's to come in round 5 and when that is and what you can look forward to. And of course the draw for the 5th round, which takes place tomorrow evening. We'll take a look ahead to that one. But at half time here at Home Park, I really just want to examine what we've seen in that first half, because a first half that you can say you've been very impressive from a Plymouth point of view, in the sense that, coming into this one, the expectation is they're playing against the top side in Europe, top side in the world, top of the Premier League, really loving their form at the moment. Liverpool, they're playing their 11th game of the of 2025. Shows you how much kind of hard work and how much kind of rhythm is in Liverpool's form at the moment. And I think the task for Plymouth coming into this one was get as best of it as you can in terms of performance, but let's not really take anything for granted. Let's not really beat around the bush. Plymouth weren't expected to win this game, no doubt about it. Liverpool expected to just cruise through, get comfortable into the 5th round. But seeing that first half, Plymouth have come here and thought, well, yes, we may be bottom of the Championship. Yes, we may blah, 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 whatever you may say. But they've taken this seriously in that first half, really seriously, to a fact where they've not only held Liverpool to stopping scoring, but they've also had chances to take the lead themselves. And I think the combination of those two really has, I wouldn't say shocked Liverpool, because I'm sure they were expecting Plymouth to play well, and Plymouth to give it a good task and really kind of stop Liverpool and stifle them today. But I would say Liverpool wouldn't be surprised, but they would be slightly kind of taken aback a little bit by thinking, well, yes, we know they're good, but we haven't really been that good in the first half, so maybe that's why we're kind of sitting in this situation. But I would say, as I said just before half-time, Liverpool won't panic. They'll not kind of go in there at half-time and kind of all go kind of a bit dramatic. They will settle, they will refocus, they will calm, and they will compose themselves again and go, look, it's 0-0. We can be better in the second half. We know we could be better. And we need to be better if we want to win this game and go through to the next round. We haven't seen much of the front three of Liverpool at all, really. Jota and Diaz a little bit. Chiesa's really struggled to get down that right-hand side. He's not had much opportunities, and with obviously the disruption early on down that right side for Liverpool, in the fact that João Gomez has had to come off and all that, maybe that's upset that a little bit. But again, we haven't really seen a lot from Liverpool's front three, and the 3 quality players, probably 4 players, the most senior quality attacking players for Liverpool, we haven't really seen much of. Harvey Elliott, Jota, Diaz and Chiesa, where they've been not really massively involved in the game up to this point. It's been a lot of controlled possession around about the halfway line for Liverpool with their back 4 and maybe a couple of midfielders, the two midfielders in Nione and McConnell, we've really not seen much of the four players in front of those guys that can create things for Liverpool. And that comes down to one thing: how well Plymouth have defended. They've been solid, really compact, really controlled, really disciplined, and they've done everything exactly right. You know, I made the point in the first half: basics. When you do the basics very well, you will be competitive. You will bring your game to another level, because when you do get blocks in, when you do stop crosses, when you do get to every challenge, when you don't give the team you're facing time and space on the ball, and you do get a press in, and you do give them a little bit of pressure, and you've got good counter-attacking pace yourself and good physicality, it's those little things that can change the game in your favour, and no matter who you're playing. You know, football isn't played on paper. On paper, Liverpool should beat this Plymouth side. But in game, it's those little things, the basics, and doing them very well can just tweak the game in your favour. And you never know, you could get a bit of luck, you could get a drop ball, you could get a penalty, you can get anything that can just take it in your favour. And holding on in there and staying in the game for as long as you possibly can will only go to benefit you later in the game when you try and get forward, and maybe you are trying to create a few more chances. That luck that you've built up, that kind of hard work that you've started the game with and holding out the opponent, will certainly pay off. And I think so far, if Plymouth do hold Liverpool to maybe 60-70 minutes at 0-0, of course they'll have a go, but that's where they need to be wary. In those last 20 minutes they'll have a go, and then that's where Liverpool will have space. So I don't think Liverpool will panic on one hand, but also I don't think Plymouth will go, well, it's 0-0. Do you want to go a bit more attacking to see if we can try and test them? I think they will stay the same. I think they will stay calm themselves and be happy, really pleased with that first half, but they will know that Liverpool do have a lot of quality that we haven't seen as much so far, and they will know Liverpool will probably up the level, because Liverpool have probably been in third gear, even if that, in the first half. They haven't really got to second gear. They haven't upped it a little bit, where there's a bit more energy, a bit more pace, a bit more quality in the game. They have just been kind of feeling each other out in a sense in that first half, and I think Plymouth have looked the better side for that so far. But again, there's no guarantees that that will continue in the second half. Liverpool won't be able to find a way through Plymouth, because what we've seen from Liverpool is they don't kind of panic, they don't get kind of all emotional about it. They stay calm, they know their job, and they know exactly what they need to do, and they find a way of doing it. And that's why they're in the Carabao Cup final, that's why they're top of the Champions League table, and that's why they're top of the Premier League table. All of those things combined is exactly why Liverpool are where they are at this moment in time in the season. And they will know that despite not having taken the lead yet, or not leading in this game, they will know there's a whole half to go, and they will get better, and they will be better in the second half. And it shows they need to be if they want to beat Plymouth. Right, 5 minutes to go until the second half gets underway. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back for the second half very shortly. Do stay with us here at NFS, because we've got a very intriguing FA Cup tie at the moment, where the Premier League leaders are being held by the side bottom of the Championship. 0-0. We'll be back for the second half very shortly. Do stay with us.
Call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine.
Welcome back to FA Cup Live on LFS. The second half at Home Park between Liverpool and Plymouth is on the way very shortly. So do stay with us for that. But a reminder for you then, coming up a bit later on this afternoon, we have the second game of the day and an All-Premier League tie between Aston Villa and Tottenham. 5:35 kickoff at Villa Park. Yes, a strange kickoff time, but that is where we are. And then tomorrow evening, we will have the fifth round draw for you as we get down to 16 teams, 8 different ties for round 5. That's tomorrow, 7:15, around about that time. We will have the details of the fifth round draw for you. Right, ready for the second half then. In a second or two, about 30 seconds away. But it is a huge day of sport around the world. The NFL, the Super Bowl 59 this evening, the Six Nations on the way, and the Rugby, Ireland winning at the moment. There, which has me pretty pleased at this moment in time against Scotland. So it's all happening around sport today. So looking forward to it. It's been a great weekend so far, but the FA Cup trumps it all. Of course it does. It always does. The joy of the FA Cup always breeds a lot of excitement, and it just has that instinctive feeling, that great feeling of such a great competition. And it always gives us shocks. Well, we get a shock this afternoon here at Home Park, where at the moment the Championship side, Plymouth, 24th in the Championship, looking to keep their place in the second division of English football, take on a side looking to win and become the kings of English football, looking to win the Premier League title, Liverpool. And a big second half is needed from both sides if they're going to get the desired result. This afternoon, both sides back out on the field of play. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. That'd be greatly appreciated. We've just hit 25,000 subscribers in the last couple of days, and we're on charging our way towards 26,000. Keep it up. It's great to have you with us, and we thank each and every one of you for joining us and spending your Sunday afternoons with us here on LFS. It's great to have you with us this afternoon for this one. We're back on the way for the second half here, and what we expect from this second half is the fact that Liverpool will try and up the level, be a bit more threatening, throw a bit more kind of caution to the wind in a sense, be a bit more quicker on the ball. At times they were a bit slow, let Plymouth get into shape, albeit Plymouth get into shape really well, especially in that one big counter-attack that Liverpool had in that first half. But I do expect Liverpool to up the tempo. I do expect Liverpool to try and up their level and be a bit more kind of intense with it. But again, the way Plymouth have played so far, a full credit to them and how they've held Liverpool to practically very little in that first half and in this game so far. Long ball over the top here for Callum Wright to bring down for Plymouth up against Mabaya. Mabaya trying to block him off. Elliott's there to help out defensively. And Chiesa, but they all get beaten as the cross comes in from Pujac. But it goes all the way through and out the other end for a Liverpool goal kick. Not a bad chance. There's no one in the middle. It's maybe a bit of a wasted cross, but it's worth a try. Probably would have been worth a try if there was anyone in there, but again, another example of how Plymouth are able to get forward and to get balls into the box of Liverpool. As Kelleher goes long, trying to find Diaz's run, but well stopped, and Pujac steps into midfield. A nice space here for Bundu to break down the left-hand side. Plays it onto right, but stepping across with Kwanzaa. They got Liverpool back in possession of the ball. And Liverpool will get a throw there off Yabi in the middle. No changes at half-time, by the way. Still as you were. And Simon Hallett there in the crowd, the Plymouth Argyle chairman, watching on with a bit of a hot drink. Watching his side holding the Premier League's top team at this minute in time. Elliott on the press. Long run here for Harvey Elliott to get to Connor Hazard, and does get a touch on the ball. As the long ball goes away, Jota brings it down. Chiesa with a run. Couldn't find a through ball. And it comes back to Connor Hazard. Again, it was good pressure by Harvey Elliott initially. It gave Liverpool a little bit of a chance. And Jota and Chiesa got it mixed up between them. And that's nice play by Bundu. Here's Wright trying to get into the box. Callum Wright in the header there, my God, from Endo. Goes over the bar for Plymouth. That was arrowing its way towards goal from the young Skyser. He's a Liverpool fan. Chops onto his right and angles it towards the back post, and Endo had to get in the way of it. Kelleher was diving. He was angling towards that far corner. It was a very good effort. And now Plymouth get a corner, which Randall will take on this left-hand side. Right-footed. Randall low across. Simicast to thump it away at the front post. Bouncing ball. One for Jota to chase, but well dealt with. And Plymouth will just thump that forward and it will bobble behind for a Liverpool goal kick. And 1 and 2 good opportunities at the start of the second half as well for Plymouth. They know what they're capable of. They know that from the first half they gave some good opportunities. Created some good opportunities against Liverpool, and they're looking to really keep a firm grip of what was a very good first half from Argyle. Endo tries for the switch ball. Again, not really working at this minute. That's a good step in there from Jota, though. Kwanzaa. Endo. Down the left side for Simicast. Liverpool too have 2 senior players on the bench, Curtis Jones and Darwin Nunez, who both can impact in terms of goal scoring this afternoon if need be. But the majority of Liverpool's players on the bench this afternoon, out of their total of 9 they brought with them on the bench. One of them's already on, of course, Mabaya brought on for Joe Gomez. The other is a goalkeeper, Vitislav Jarosz. Their third choice keeper, of course, no Allison involved today. He wasn't involved either against Spurs, so given a good rest is Allison before the Merseyside derby on Wednesday night. So Kelleher is in goal for the second successive time this afternoon. So Jarosz on the bench, then Nallo, who got sent off in the Champions League in his debut, Norris, Young, Cone Doherty and Ngamoa all on the bench for Liverpool. Here's Hardy in the box, sorry, trying to play it across. Randall. Sorinola will pick it up on this right-hand side again, up against Diaz, and will be blocked by Luis Diaz. We'll get the throw-in out of it. There, Matthew Sorinola. Again, Ryan Hardy got himself in a good position there. In the box for Plymouth. Wonder what Arne Slot has said to his side at half-time. Of course, you're expecting more intensity. Their build-up has been well stifled. And Leone with a flick on from the Plymouth throw, and it's a penalty for a handball. Harvey Elliott is the one I think's been penalised, and Sam Barrett, the referee, points to the spot. A bit of confusion over what's happened. Liverpool players arguing their case. The flick on by Leone. Elliott battling. And his arms are above his head there, Harvey Elliott. I mean, he does have to use his arms to get up there, but his arms are in the air and he's given the referee a decision to make. And Plymouth Argyle have a penalty. There's no VAR, so the referee's decision will stand. And it will be a penalty. Calling for it and got it. And now Plymouth have a chance to take the lead against the Premier League leaders. Quiveen Kelleher, a master of saving penalties for Liverpool in big finals. Ryan Hardy will be the one he will look to try and stop here this afternoon. Hardy up against Kelleher, scores! And Plymouth Argyle take the lead against the Premier League leaders in the FA Cup. The joy of the FA Cup, the romance of this competition delivers again and again. And Ryan Hardy, from the penalty spots, gives the Championship side the lead against the Liverpool side, who are top of the Premier League and flying in every other competition. But they have been asked many's a question and not given it all their own way today, Liverpool. And Plymouth taking advantage of how well they've defended by getting a penalty and scoring said penalty to give themselves the lead in this FA Cup tie. Plymouth 1, Liverpool 0. The upset is on here at Home Park. Wow. Wow. What a moment for Hardy and all of those Plymouth fans and players. They've got something to hold on to here. A lead against the Premier League leaders. It's not going to be easy. But now they've got something to hold on to and more. But they're brimming with confidence here. Hardy, well, blocked by Simicas. But another throw-in will come Plymouth's way. They've been much better, actually, since the start of the second half, the home side. They've actually looked more threatening in the second half than they did in the whole of the first against Liverpool. Quite incredible. That's got the crowd going. Bouncing up and down in the stands. Is this a day for them? Have what would be an unbelievable upset in the FA Cup. That's nice play between Jota and Diaz. And Diogo Jota making the run. Diaz decides to switch it to the midfield for Harvey Elliott. McConnell now, Kwanzaa. Again, it's just really good from Plymouth. That's a nice break of the ball there. And the shot from distance is going wide from Federico Chiesa. At least that's better from Liverpool. But again, the shot that was left a lot to be desired by Federico Chiesa. Shot from about 25 yards right across goal. But it would have had to been an incredible effort for that to beat the goalkeeper from that distance and that angle. But now, I wouldn't say there's a bit of panic setting in, but maybe just a bit more kind of urgency from Liverpool needed now, because they find themselves one down in the second half. There's an issue here, by the way, so this game's going to be stopped for the moment. An issue for a Plymouth player. So we do have another stoppage. That's, I think, the third injury stoppage we've had this afternoon. But it is given time for Arne Slot to get more tactical information to his players. And it looks like Darwin Nunez is getting himself ready. So Liverpool having to make a change here to try and change their fortunes in the FA Cup. Moran Muslic might be masterclassing an unbelievable upset in the FA Cup. It was Pleguezuelo who was down there for Plymouth. He's on the sidelines, back to his feet. So should be okay to continue, but no guarantees. Well, Plymouth last played Liverpool in the FA Cup back in the 2017 season. 16-17 season, so Jurgen Klopp's first full season at Liverpool. And they gave them a good game. They took them to a replay. They played the original game at Anfield. Plymouth held Liverpool to a 0-0 draw. Then got a replay here at Home Park. Liverpool won 1-0 on that day. Lucas Leiva's goal from the first half was the winner Divock Origi missed a penalty in that game, but it was enough to bring Liverpool through. That was in the third round that time. They were knocked out at the next round, Liverpool, by Wolves. They might not get that far this time. Might be knocked out at the fourth round by Plymouth if they don't have a comeback here. There was a change there, by the way. Darwin Núñez is on for Liverpool. So an extra attacker to try and add a little bit more of a threat for Liverpool, where they've not really massively tested the Plymouth defence on many's an occasion today, and this is much better play. Here's Yalby out to the left side for Callum Wright again. Takes on his man in McConnell. Doesn't win that challenge, and McConnell comes away with the ball and will get Liverpool the free kick, with Giabi there a bit too excited to win the ball. Newny. Cross now to Quansah. Back to Enzo. Liverpool with necessary urgency now. A lot of time to go. There's still over 30 minutes, but trailing now might give them a little bit more to think about at this moment. Hardy does well and battling. Liverpool get the throw out of it. Here's Newny. Quansah. To Newny. Tsimikas. The change, by the way, for Liverpool, it was Isaac Mabaya, who came on for Joe Gomez in the first half. He is the one that was replaced by Darwin Núñez, so a bit of tweaking again from Arne Slot's side in the way that they're playing. And the man that came on in the first half has gone off at the start of the second half, and Darwin Núñez is on for Liverpool. And the travelling cop, not so loud at the moment. Pretty quiet, those travelling Liverpool fans. And then to no comparison to the home fans who are singing along and loving what they're seeing so far from their side. Adam Randall will take this free kick around about the halfway line for Plymouth. Plymouth captain goes long. Flicked on by Katic, ball bouncing down, and oh, what a save by Kelleher. What a moment, as Hardy could have made it 2-0. Quavine Kelleher. Long ball again, not winning the aerial battle there, Liverpool. The flick on by Katic. Hardy might have been just offside, but the flag didn't go up. Katic across. Liverpool failing to deal with it, and Hardy with an absolute barnstorming chance, an incredible opportunity to double Plymouth's lead. And Kelleher dives, gets his left leg in the way, and puts it behind for the corner. But Liverpool slightly on the ropes here at the minute, as Pucic to take this corner on the right side. Left-footed, deep to the back post, headed away from danger as Wright will shoot, but that was always going over the bar there from Callum Wright. No doubting the fact that the side that lead, deservedly lead at this minute, and probably should lead by more, in a sense, from the chances they're creating. It's just remarkable. Remarkable what they're doing at the minute, Plymouth. Liverpool are really struggling. Struggling to create good chances at this minute in time, Liverpool. Playing a lot of the possession, but there's no creativity. There's no incisiveness in the final third, and mainly because they're not given space. They're playing just a little bit too slow, Liverpool, and Plymouth just anticipating it all and being in a solid shape defensively. There's no real major creativity to play between the lines and to kind of create those goal-scoring opportunities. And they're consistently not accurate passing wise either, Liverpool. A couple of stray passes, a lot of stray passes today. Zendo just gets it back to his keeper. He gives it out to Trey Noni. What Liverpool need is just, when they have the ball, when Plymouth are applying a little press, they need to move the ball quicker. So when they sit deeper, that's when Liverpool are just coming unstuck because they're just not getting space and time. That's an attempt of a switch ball by Diaz, but far too far away from Federico Chiesa. And there's another example of how Liverpool just really haven't got clicking this afternoon. Full credit to Plymouth, albeit long way to go. Of course there is, and this tie is far from over. And I'm sure Liverpool will know that. I'm sure Plymouth will certainly know that, in the fact that nothing's done and dusted yet. Here's Diaz down the left side. Nuni. Kwanzaa goes back to Endo. Well, not many have stopped Liverpool from scoring this season. Only twice in this in the whole season in all competitions have Liverpool failed to score in a game. Away to Tottenham and at home to Nottingham Forest in 1-0 defeats on both occasions. Where Liverpool failed to score, but they've scored in every other one of their 37 Premier League games, or games in all competitions. Not league games. Games in all competitions, 37. And they've scored in 35 of those games at Liverpool this season. Another change incoming. There's another issue here. Pleguezuelo has gone down again. And that might be a bit of a real problem here for Plymouth. 25 minutes to go. 1-0 up of the Championship side against the Premier League opponent of Liverpool. So the change, readying himself there, Victor Paulsen, it looks like, is going to be coming on. 33-year-old Icelandic. Joined Plymouth on a free from KAS Eupen from Belgium. Has played at a lot of different clubs. Actually played for Hibernian back in 2011. Did Paulsen. Had a spell in Germany as well with Darmstadt and Schalke. But Eupen was his last club before joining Plymouth on a free in the summer. He's made 13 Championship appearances this season, Victor Paulsen, and he looks to be making another appearance this afternoon, this time in the FA Cup. And he will be replacing Julio Pleguezuelo at the centre-back. So Paulsen on for him. And another issue there for Plymouth. He is walking off, Pleguezuelo, but obviously having to come off due to an issue. So a throw in for Liverpool on this far right side. Thrown all the way back though to Trey Noni. Endo. Just really haven't got the ball anywhere near the box enough today, Liverpool. Kind of reminds me of the Nottingham Forest game back in September of last year, when really Forest were defending a lot and getting forward on occasion. But Liverpool just really struggled to break Nottingham Forest down that day, although very different Liverpool team today, of course. But their front three is not able to get the ball enough and as much as they would want. And that's where they're struggling at the moment. Their forward players really haven't done enough today to get on the ball and to keep the ball in the higher areas. And Plymouth have just done enough defensively to block crosses, do the simple things right. And Liverpool have been on the end of what's been a pretty poor day attacking wise for Liverpool. And that's not something we've said very often, if at all, this season, really, where Liverpool have looked poor in attack. There's no doubt the fact that today they've certainly have struggled. It's Quansa's ball again, just a hopeless ball into an area. It's getting impatient, Liverpool, at the minute. And with a quarter of the game to go, just over 20 minutes to go, they find themselves in a position of needs must. But for Plymouth, they know it's all about just keeping the same thing going. You know, don't give up many spaces, don't give up too many opportunities, do all the basics right, do exactly what you've been doing for the last 68 minutes because it's worked. And one thing I think Plymouth need to be wary of is don't drop too deep, don't sit too deep, don't allow Liverpool to have loads and loads and loads of the ball and in good areas, because they will punish you. They will find a way through. They will get that chance that will get them through. There's a tussle here. It was Bundu that was involved with Trey Nyoni, and he just kind of stood on Trey Nyoni there inadvertently. And I think Bundu's going to get a yellow card from Sam Barrett, the referee. He is. So Mustafa Bundu has got a yellow for just standing on the right foot of Trey Nyoni there. And the first yellow card for a Plymouth player this afternoon, which is quite impressive. So just short of 70-minute mark here in this one. Certainly not the tie we were expecting, but the one that the romantics were hoping for in this competition. Is that's great defending there from Talavierov to put it out for a throw. He's been fully committed to every single challenge today, Talavierov. He's thrown everything at it. Full credit. And that goes to each and every Plymouth player this afternoon. He has thrown everything into every challenge. It's McConnell. Back again it comes though. Ball over the top into the box for Liverpool. Talavierov again towering above everyone in there. And getting it away as Nyoni holds it up well. Getting Liverpool back on the ball. Endo now trying to find space and passes ahead of him. Cannot find a pass forward. Nyoni stretching to get it to Kostas Tsimikas. In field. Chiesa didn't hold it up, and that's given away cheaply. Here's Bundu. Not much attacking wise for Plymouth, but right down the left side. Nice 1-2 with Puach. Here's Wright again. Goes for the long cross, but that's all the way through the box and out the other end of where Liverpool will get a chance. Oh, the tugging there as Diaz was brought down. Substitutions coming for Plymouth then. So after 71.5 minutes, they will make their second and third changes of the game. The last one in 4, so these will be tactical changes. Mustafa Bundu is coming off. It's been a real aerial threat against Liverpool defensively today. He's going to be replaced by number 26, Mohamed Tijani. And the second substitution is going to see their captain, I believe that's their captain, Adam Randall, who's coming off, and he's going to be replaced by Malaki Boateng. So Malaki Boateng and Mohamed Tijani coming on, replacing Randall, and of course Bundu. Fresh legs for Plymouth. That's nice desire from Chiesa. Rolls it into the box. Diaz! Well charged down. Fabulous challenge. That's the best thing we've seen from Liverpool all day, to be honest. Good work from Chiesa. Really fabulous determination down the right side. And as he drives it across, Diaz makes the run across the other way onto the ball. Unmarked. And it's a good challenge in the end. Throwing bodies in the way from Talavierov and Sorinola. That was much more like Liverpool there. And that's probably one of a handful of times we've seen something like that from the visitors today. Something that Plymouth are going to have to be a little bit wary of. And the clock will feel like a lifetime. Counting towards 90 for Plymouth now. 1-0 down and a lot of Liverpool possession expected. Liverpool expected to make a couple of good chances before at least at the end of the game. Let's see how they do here. Tsimikas trying to dribble his way around the area. Blocked by Cross as Trainioni gets it to the far side. It's Chiesa. Well challenged there by Puach. Will be another throw to Liverpool on this right side. Taken quickly. McConnell gets the break of the ball into the box. James McConnell trying to square it across. Well blocked in there. Will win Liverpool a corner though. That's very good defending by Paulson, who's not long on the field. Katic got involved as well there. Fabulous defending as McConnell tried to squeeze it across the near post. Will be another corner to Liverpool. Not many of them though. Only the third of the game, and they had more than double figures against Spurs in midweek. Left-footed delivery by Tsimikas. Up in the air, not cleared away. Right was charged down by Chiesa. Recycles it back to Diaz. Bodies in the box. Diaz switches it out to the far side for Elliott, who lifts it into the box. Diaz trying to manage the bounce. Did keep it in play, but is just going to bundle over Tolovierov, and a cheap free kick given away there by the Colombian. And Plymouth will get the free kick, and Liverpool will have to wait a little bit longer to have another chance. 15 minutes to go, and we're on the verge of seeing what would be an incredible FA Cup upset at Home Park, as Plymouth leading the Premier League leaders Liverpool by a goal to nil, which has forced Liverpool to another change. Trainioni is going to be replaced, and he's going to be replaced by Trent Cone-Doherty, the young man from Northern Ireland, 18 years old. Cone-Doherty has played a couple of Premier League 2 games for Liverpool this season. Has played in the Football League Trophy for the under-21s of Liverpool, but this will be his first senior Liverpool appearance, needing to rely upon the youth in the FA Cup for Liverpool. No more senior players as the cross comes in from Plymouth there, Puach, but cleared away by Harvey Elliott. And now Liverpool want a counter. Here is Jota on the charge. Jota driving through, bodies on support, rolls for Nunez, who couldn't quite get on the end of it because Sorinola was there, and he cleared it out for the Liverpool throw. Bit more space at the minute. Chiesa blocked again by Sorinola. Incredible defending, and clears it away from danger as Boateng tried to get him behind there, but swept up by Kwanzaa, who actually took too heavy a touch and put it out for a Plymouth throw. Sloppy from Liverpool when they need to be as clinical and precise as possible. They really have lost their way a little bit. Sorinola will take the long throw. Again, good hold-up play by Plymouth. Oh, the bounce of the ball beating Endo. Hardy comes away with it. Finds it out to space on the left-hand side. Here's Puach. Down the left side, whips it across. Does take a deflection, and it will get Plymouth a corner. They are all over Liverpool at the minute. Liverpool just can't get any sort of break of the ball whatsoever. And the argument probably would be made, do they deserve to, from the performance they've already put in, Liverpool? And now a corner that could be crucial, with just over 10 minutes to go. Lots of height in there for Plymouth. Tajani, Katic, Tolovierov. Left-footed delivery. Headed away by Jota. And Cone-Doherty tried to get it forward. It's nicely taken down by Trent Cone-Doherty. Kwanzaa under pressure. Darts it towards McConnell, who flips it over the top, trying to find Diota, who's done incredibly well there. Soraniola, although it's going to be a foul given against the Plymouth defender. And Liverpool will get the free kick. And Jota was the one that was fouled there. And a yellow card will come the way of Matthew Soraniola. He's done an incredible job today, especially in the last 5 minutes. Soraniola just gone under the radar a slight bit today at times, up until the last 5 minutes, where he's completely exploded into making really good quality challenges and stopping Liverpool time and time again. He's got himself a yellow card for that challenge late on Diogo Jota. And Liverpool have the free kick in a decent area, in a very good area on this right hand side. Lots of bodies up. Tsimikas will be the one that will deliver. Still time for Liverpool. They need to find that equaliser sooner rather than later if they want to keep their hopes of an FA Cup progression alive. Tsimikas, left-footed, whips it in, but straight and gathered by Connor Hazard. No real threat at all. Too much whip on the ball. Probably would have needed to be a bit more of a floated cross. But just far too close to the keeper. And far too easy, really, for Connor Hazard to just gather. Offside flag up there. So a free kick to Liverpool. Clock is ticking. There's more than enough time for anything to still happen. Harvey Elliott's here. Switching the ball out to the left. Chiesa in space, up against Soraniola, rolls it on to Tsimikas, who will chip it across. Well blocked by Tolovierov and cleared away by Soraniola. Liverpool with a lot more intensity about their play now. A lot more urgency about the Liverpool attacking moves. As they're going to make another change here, Plymouth. Ryan Hardy, who at the moment would have the winning goal for Plymouth from the penalty spot, would have Plymouth going through to round 5 and having one of the upsets of recent FA Cup history. Ryan Hardy's going to be replaced by Michael Obafemi. The Irish international, 24 years old, Michael Obafemi, on loan from Burnley until the end of the season. Some fresh legs in attack for Plymouth. Try and keep them up the field and kind of not have them reserved to defending for the rest of this game. But that will be their key focus. It's Kwanzaa, long ball over the top. Bouncing ball. Nunez tried to get on the end of it. Didn't touch his man. Still alive. Chiesa trying to roll it through. Diaz not given the time. And that's a good clearance by Katic. Another Liverpool corner. Ball over the top. Nunez tried to stretch for it. He pulled out of it right away against Katic. Knew he wasn't going to get the ball. Smart from Nunez, because it could have been a cheap foul to give away. But it will be a Liverpool corner. Last goal came from a corner, Liverpool. Tsimikas will go short again to Chiesa. He will chip it across. Away by Tolovierov. Brought down by Chiesa again, who will have another go. This time we'll whip it round the back. And the touch is gone wide from Jarell Kwanzaa. The first one, well defended by Tolovierov from the Chiesa cross, but takes it down again, whips it back in. Much more threatening from Federico Chiesa, but just too wide was Kwanzaa when he made the connection. Couldn't get it across goal, and just goes behind for a goal kick. Certainly the intensity and the urgency has been there from Liverpool in the last few minutes, but it's needs must really for them, because they will be heading out of the FA Cup to lower league opposition if they don't find a way back. Tsimikas getting the ball away from danger, but playing it into another danger zone as Ialbi comes away with the ball. Ialbi Bit of space here. Boateng keeps it alive. Spreads it wide to the left side for Callum Wright. Wright lays it off to Puach, who will cross. Ball bouncing away. Endo couldn't get it fully cleared as Wright tried to dribble his way into the box, but Endo clears and Jota sends it forward for Nunez to chase. But again, comes to nothing. But Liverpool will have it back. A lot of Liverpool pressure in the late stages, but again, as they've done all day, Plymouth have just rebounded it back the way it came. As Jota gets a break of the ball in the box here, cuts it across! Low and hard, but all the way through the 6-yard box. And out for a Plymouth throw on the far side. Another good glimpse of the ball. Sorinola tries to jump up against Jota. Jota on the spin, takes the ball down a bit fortuitously as it comes to him, and as the left-footed cross drives across the 6-yard box. No one there in red or in white and black for Liverpool to try and find the finish. And it rolls out for a Plymouth throw on the far side. But a couple of good opportunities for Liverpool. There's Endo there. No foul. Stood in the way of Michael Obafemi, says the referee. The crowd wanted more than that. They wanted maybe a card coming out there, but the referee saw no foul. Endo just stood his ground against Michael Obafemi. Here's Kwanzaa, dribbling his way through into the middle. Trying to link up Jota. Now Nunez from the narrow angle. Will want a corner. He felt it was a corner, but I don't think he's going to get one. Again, a good run by Jarell Kwanzaa. Lovely link up down the right side, and then Nunez with a shot from the narrow angle. Might have took a slight touch, minimal touch of Paulson, but not clear for the naked eye to see, and will be just a goal kick. There's a couple of more opportunities from Liverpool, but again, they don't need one goal, they need two if they want to go through in 90 minutes. An equaliser, of course, would bring us to extra time and penalties if necessary. So no replays, of course, as there was when the last time these two met in the FA Cup back in 2017, where Plymouth took Liverpool to a replay here at home park. But it will just be extra time or penalties if the game is level after 90 minutes. But at the minute, it will be Liverpool who will be going out and Plymouth who will be going through. Chiesa overlapping to Tsimikas, trying to battle for it, does win the ball. Tsimikas trying to go for the cross, and Tolovierov, as he did in the first half, cheers and celebrates that ball being blocked behind for a corner, taking real pride in his defending today. Maxim Tolovierov. And Sorinola, I think you might be kidding Liverpool on here with a bit of cramp. Luis Diaz is having none of it. And the referee was on the scene quickly, but will be a Liverpool corner. All the dark arts starting to come out for Plymouth here. Just trying to carry themselves over the line. As Tsimikas will look to take the corner. Just a moment though, because Boateng and Kwanzaa got in a bit of a muddle. I'm just going to have a chat with the referee about this before this corner will be taken. Plymouth are ever so close to what would be an unbelievable upset. But Liverpool not too uncommon to get late goals. Tsimikas, left-footed delivery. Whipped across the box. Up in the air. Brought down by Chiesa, but couldn't take the shot the first time. Elliott is the deepest one for Liverpool. His cross is cleared away. Tsimikas was dropping back, but Chiesa giving it to Elliott. Elliott's fizz ball forward towards Nunez, who kind of controlled it well there with his kind of right hip. McConnell into the box it comes. Chiesa couldn't take it down. Jota couldn't reach it. And it's cleared away again by Obafemi. Bodies on the line, everything on the line for Plymouth at the minute. Oh, not a great ball by Endo. Covered over by Elliott. Just about. That could have been worrying for Liverpool. Honestly, this is going to be historic. Unless Liverpool can conjure up something quite remarkable. We've seen it happen before. Very different set of players, but here's Doherty. Just a bit short to find Kwanzaa on the overlap there, but he will get the throw. 2 minutes of normal time to go, and additional time to add on. It's Kwanzaa's cross. Didn't get into the box, so Femi clears. And hooked away by Sorinola. Kelleher will recycle, and Endo will just try and get it forward as quickly as possible. Elliott. Over the top it went. Oh, not cleared away. Empty net. Shot is wide. Opportunity not taken. Miscommunication between Katic and the goalkeeper. And James McConnell had the chance to be a Liverpool hero with a shot towards an empty net. And it curled wide. Spun wide. And that was the opportunity. A huge one indeed. And those Liverpool fans behind that goal couldn't believe that it didn't find the net. And the young James McConnell had the chance to be the Liverpool hero. Conor Hazard and Nikola Katic there, sharing a few choice words, shall we say, for that miscommunication that could have really cost Plymouth. But maybe their luck might be on their side today. If they can hold on, as they have done. As Conor Hazard was shown a yellow card there for wasting time. That's given away by Obafemi. Diaz, Jota, space in between the lines, given out to Diaz on the left side. Tolovierov on the scene. Diaz trying to dribble his way across. Switches it out to the right. Finds Elliott. Elliott lifting into the box. Bodies in there. Tolovierov to clear it away again as Plymouth try and counter here. Not in a hurry to do so as Boateng there. And the clearance, well, snatched upon by Endo. Liverpool throwing everything at it. 9 added minutes. Lots of time remaining. Tsimikas on the left side. And the flag's actually gone up against Federico Chiesa here, so a free kick will come Plymouth's way. Mental. Just madness. Those Plymouth fans are on the verge of erupting, roaring, jumping for joy. And what would be a unbelievable FA Cup upset. Still 8 minutes of the added 9 to go. An equaliser would bring us to extra time. Nothing would send Plymouth through. Liverpool need 2 goals to go through inside 90. Sorinola might want to add to Plymouth's lead here. He's just gone to the corner flag, which is very smart, but Doherty and Elliott were there to nip it away. Back here with Kwanzaa in his own box. Strides away from Sorinola. And Liverpool try and get up the field again. McConnell's ball far too low. Given away cheaply. Doherty in a challenge. Can't win the ball back at the minute. Down the right it comes to Callum Wright. For Plymouth. Not many striding forward for Plymouth, but Wright will. Back post, the header. Blocked and cleared. Kept down by Caoimhín Kelleher. Another chance for Plymouth there. That shows how much Liverpool are throwing at it, but another poor pass gives it away cheaply again. If that had to find the back of the net there from Tajani, that would have been real eruption. Elliott got in the way of it and it just bobbled towards Caoimhín Kelleher, who caught. Oh, the shot! Oh, good save! Jota on the turn, and what a save by Conor Hazard. That's probably Liverpool's best chance of the day. And Hazard's made an incredible save. Long ball, forward by Endo, flicked on by Nunez, brought down by Jota on the half turn, and struck it on the volley. And a good save by Hazard. Liverpool knocking on the door. They need to knock that door down. Tsimikas delivers. Bouncing around the box. Cleared away by Tolovierov. No foul in the box there as there was a Plymouth player down. But we play on. Chiesa edging to the box. Chiesa trying to dribble his way through. Didn't keep the ball. Jota will. Diaz now. Out to the left side, Tsimikas. Cone Doherty will eye up a shot here. Well blocked. Kept alive by Chiesa. He will whip it in. Cleared away by Tiani. Elliott won the challenge there in a 50-50. But over the ball, over the top. And behind for another goal kick. Sloppy again from Liverpool. But this shot from Jota and this save from Conor Hazard is wonderful. Wonderful save. No doubting the fact. Those are the big moments. Those are one of the difference makers in big FA Cup ties where you want to cause an upset. You have to make moments like that happen. And nothing is over yet. Still 5 added minutes to go. And anything can still change. Diaz. Elliott. Cone Doherty. Endo. Down the left to Tsimikas, linking up with Chiesa. Tsimikas trying to go on the overlap. Chiesa's there dribbling through. Chiesa will cut it back across, but to no one in white. Cleared away. Endo keeps the pressure on. McConnell. Liverpool with time running out. Elliott. Wide to Trent Cone Doherty. Diaz trying to keep it alive. Diaz into the box. Chips it across. Flicked away by Tolovierov. Not fully cleared. Chiesa in the box here. Federico Chiesa charged down. And Jota there trying to reach for the ball. Couldn't reach it. Katic will head it out for the throw. Taken quickly. Chiesa and Tsimikas on the left side. Chiesa beats past his man. Trying to dribble it through. Callum Wright does incredibly well. But Endo takes a nice step in. Finds Tsimikas. Endo again. Caught on the ball. No foul. McConnell sliding in. Delivers it wide. Chiesa. All the Liverpool players bar a couple in the box. Deep to the back post from Chiesa. And no one there. Goal kick. Another one goes a begging. Time after time after time, Liverpool have pushed forward. But Plymouth's incredible discipline, an incredible fight, could lead to what would be a historic day for this football club in the southwest of the country. It would only be Liverpool's 4th defeat of the campaign. After a Champions League defeat to PSV, a defeat to Spurs in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, and that sole Premier League defeat to Nottingham Forest. Is there one last chance though for Liverpool? There's still over 2 minutes of the 9 added to go. Probably felt like a lifetime for those Plymouth players on that field. But it will be all worth it if after the 99 minutes they will have held Liverpool. It will all have been worth it. Kelleher. Goes long. Nunez with a flick on. Jota up in the air. Cleared away by Paulson. Obafemi trying to flick forward. Boateng. Given away cheaply. Chiesa was upended. So was Diaz. But free kick was already given and a yellow card's coming out. 90 seconds to go. Liverpool really need to make most of this if they want to rescue anything. A goal now would bring it to extra time for Liverpool. Surely there's nowhere near enough time for 2 goals. Barely enough time for 1. Tolovierov was the one that committed that foul and got a yellow card. Don't forget, Aston Villa Spurs is on the way. 5:35 kickoff, so around about 35-40 minutes away, that one. Quiveen Kelleher is up for this one. This is desperate times, call for desperate measures. Allison scored a late winner against West Brom in the Premier League a number of years ago. Kelleher hasn't scored. He scored a penalty in a Carabao Cup final. This could be even more important. Tsimikas whips one in. Into the box, pointing down to the back post. Headed on! Oh, what a save! Oh my goodness me! What a save by Connor Hazard! That will be unreal. Great cross by Tsimikas, kept alive in the box. Flicked to the back post, and it was Nunez or Kwanzaa, one of the two. This is the last chance. Corner for Liverpool, left-hand side. Tsimikas will take. Last chance, Saloon. Whipped in. Headed on by Kelleher, but straight at the other goalkeeper, and Connor Hazard will hold on to that ball. 9 minutes are up. Surely one more kick, and this game is done and dusted. Hazard kicks long, and there it is! Plymouth Argyle, rock bottom of the Championship, have knocked out the Premier League leaders Liverpool. Here at Home Park, a Ryan Hardy penalty after 53 minutes has sent Argyle into round 5 and knocked out Liverpool. A historic upset for this incredible football club. What a day for Moran Muslic's side, knocking out Arne Slot's Liverpool, who have looked impeccable this season. But today they came unstuck. They couldn't find a way through. Only the third time this season Liverpool have failed to score in a game of football. And they have fallen to defeat for only the fourth time in all competitions this season. They're out of the FA Cup. And Plymouth have their historic day. They needed their keeper Connor Hazard on a few occasions late on. Some great saves denying Liverpool some good chances. But they were second best right up until probably the last 20 minutes, Liverpool, when they threw hell for leather, caution to the wind. They threw everything at it. But Plymouth gave everything and left nothing out on that field. They gave their all today, and they get their just rewards for it. Freed from Desire is sung around Home Park because they are into round 5 and have had a glorious day. Plymouth are through. They've knocked out Premier League leaders Liverpool. What a day to remember for Plymouth Argyle. Final score in the Emirates FA Cup. Plymouth 1, Liverpool 0. What a moment for Plymouth Argyle. Wow. We said we'd lacked upsets in the FA Cup. Well, there's one for you. Sensational stuff for Plymouth. Liverpool might have had hopes of trying to win this competition this year, but they have those hopes no more. They won't be lifting this trophy, and Plymouth will be through to round 5. Wow. Just wow. The joy of the cup. The FA Cup, man. Incredible. Still to come here on LFS. We've one more game to bring you. We'll be guaranteeing another Premier League side will be heading out of the Cup this evening because it's an all Premier League tie at Villa Park. Aston Villa take on Tottenham at 5:35 kickoff at Villa Park. We'll see you there. But round 5, the draw for which will take place tomorrow evening before the game between Doncaster and Crystal Palace. We'll have full details of that draw tomorrow evening for you. And we know for certain Plymouth Argyle will be in the hat. They'll be ball number 10. And we'll see who they will get in the next round. Will it be Manchester City? Will it be another big hitter in the FA Cup? We will see if the Championship trailers, who sit rock bottom of the Championship, if there's one way to gain confidence to save yourselves from relegation, a massive FA Cup upset is one way to do it. Congratulations to Plymouth. An incredible afternoon for them. Ryan Hardy, their lone scorer, that has knocked Liverpool out of the FA Cup. Incredible day. We'll be back for that all Premier League tie very shortly. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you then.